Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about this pen. Remember this pen? Let's get to it. Welcome to my new series about this pen. This series wants to talk about my fountain pens in a retrospective manner. So what this is me having a chat to you about my likes, my dislikes. Do I reach for it? Do I not reach for it? Any shenanigans that I've had with this pen, any kind of stories, what inks I like pairing with this pen, why, and just having a bit of fun with the fountain pens that are in my collection, and just talking you through my experiences of the pens that I've been using so far. So I hope you enjoy. Well, hello, welcome. I'm Katie and this is a Fountain Pen Awakening. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're doing super well. And today we're going to be revisiting my Platinum Plaisir. Do you remember this pen? I made a video about this pen a few months back. I think it was January, and how I was underwhelmed by it. So I thought I would revisit it, and the other day I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just grab it out, give it another try, because I haven't touched it since. And in that video, a lot of your comments were about how much you appreciate this pen, that you enjoy using your Plaisir, that you have had no problems with it. I don't know, maybe my expectation was a bit too high of this pen. I just know that I was disappointed, because I paid like 55 Australian dollars for this, and I thought it was going to be God knows what. But when I actually got it, it was like, it's super lightweight, and it's got this kind of like feed which is transparent, and it kind of looks a bit, it does look a bit cheap. So yeah, I don't know what it was. And then obviously I inked it up directly with the black ink cartridge that came with, just to test it out. And to be perfectly frank with all of you, it wrote well straight away with the ink cartridge. But then what I did, because I had a super pale pink ink that I had bought as when a sample ink that I wanted to test out, what I did, I went and rinsed out the feed. Unbeknownst to me, that this feed contains a lot of water and it takes a lot of time to dry out, and I wasn't aware. And then obviously, because I inked it up straight away with this pale ink, I was struggling super struggling to write with it. And a variety of factors made me think, meh, I was so excited about getting this pen because it does look super pretty. It's a beautiful looking pen. It's got this gradient. It's kind of like a hot pink. It's a gradient. It's called Night Pink, and it is part of the 10th anniversary collection. I think it's a limited edition pen. I got it off the Desk Bandits, and I think it comes in 2 other colors. So I was sort of super excited, and then, sorry, noises from the neighbors opening and closing doors. So I was kind of like super excited about it. And I'm filming outside as per usual, so all these noises that you hear, I'm so sorry. So underwhelmed pen, but not for any specific reason like the pen is shite or that it doesn't write well, or it was just my expectation. It was just my expectation. And all your comments, helped me sort of say, okay, I'll give this pen a go at some point, and that point has arrived. So I got this new ink from Kiyono Oto range. This is a number 1. It's the Nurabairo, or Nurabairo, however you pronounce that. This means raven wing in Japanese. And again, I think Japanese name the inks, it's so poetic at the end of the day. So I've inked the Plaisir up with this black ink, because I figured, well, it did really well with its original black ink. Now this is its original cartridge in here. I've just put the ink in there with my syringe, and I sort of thought that it would all come down to the feed, but it kind of only sticks there. I've had to play around with it a little bit, and I find that it does have some hard starts. It does skip a little bit, which is super weird because it shouldn't. So let me just bring the camera down and we will do a bit of a writing sample together. So I'm going to be writing a little bit out of this Dalai Lama Book of Wisdom, just because I want to kind of do a longer sample writing. So I'll be copying out of this. But in the meantime, let's just quickly, and I can post it. It writes really well posted. So this one is, see how it like skips? But it only kind of does it at the start, and then it kind of like writes smoothly after that. It's a medium nib. This is the Night Pink. And I really enjoy this medium nib. It's lightweight and it writes really well as opposed to my Pelican Twist. The Pelican Twist, the medium on that is a really hard medium. It's a hard pen to write with, I find, where this is kind of like, you know, it writes really lightly, and the medium nib, it holds its line really well. And I guess this might also have to do with the ink that's in the pen. So see how it skips? That just like, that's the initial skip that it does, but then it kind of writes smoothly. So let me know, guys, as I know that you guys have commented and you've got no problem whatsoever, so let me know. So inked with, see? If I don't write with it for a minute, it just kind of like does that. It does have a little feedback on the page, but other than that, it is a smooth writing experience. And Nurebairo or Nurebairo, it means raven wing. And when swatched in a bigger sample, this ink is gorgeous. It's got like a dark blue undertone, and it has some sheening, like a dark reddish brownish sheen, and it's just like, it looks like the raven wing under sunlight. Okay, so, and this is the 10th anniversary. I don't know if it's special or a limited edition, but yeah, I mean, it writes super well. Yes, it kind of performs really well with a wetter ink, I guess. I have been finding that with these lighter inks that I've been getting from different brands, I got some Dominant Industry inks, and I got really light shades, and I'm just struggling with them. I really am. And even before that, I got a couple of inks from Warringal, and they were light inks, and I struggle with those. So I don't know if that's me. And I've tried them in different pens, but I think the lighter inks tend to be a little bit maybe drier, and they don't kind of work well on paper, or, you know, who knows. But yeah, I've had some serious struggles with light inks. I've had to come up with some ideas of mixing some of the other inks that I have to give them, you know, to make them a little darker so you can actually read them on the page. Also because I just don't want to waste money, you know. I mean, I want to use my samples up. I know that some people don't like me writing the alphabet, but it's a habit. It's just a habit I have, guys. Sorry. there you go. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's actually not a bad little pen. And as some advice that Karina wrote from Karina Loves to Plan, she said, never give up on a pen, revisit it, try it, you know, like you can always change your mind. So I give myself permission to change my mind. And yes, it's not like a fantastic pen, but it's not bad either. And it's pretty to look at. It's very pretty to look at. So, yeah, there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing. And until my next one, ciao belli.